All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the stream, Judgemetaltv. Jumping back on to play some out-of-the-park baseball today. We're going to do that for a little bit, next hour or so, and then jump on to another game later on. But we're going to start off with our Hanwha Eagles. Well, they've hung in there. Let's bring up the home screen. You can see the standings there. 52 and 46. So despite all the injuries to Rue, the injuries to No, they have hung in there. They've done what we hoped they would do, which is hang in the race up to the trade deadline. Now we can start looking to add. I'm thinking if we're in the fourth place spot and they're playing 6 games over 500, they're 10.5 behind the Twins, but that honestly doesn't matter. We just need to, I want that 4th spot, 5 games behind the Dinos. Are we going to catch them in the next month and a half roughly left in the season? Probably not. But what I want to do is hang on to that 4th spot so we get that first round advantage over whomever it is, KT, SSG, whoever it is, Samsung's still in this thing. We'll get that advantage in that 3-game series where we'll come in with the 1 victory and give us a chance to at least get through the first round. Now, if the team as constructed, if we stay in 4th, I'm pretty comfortable with the team winning that first series. I think it's at least a 50-50 shot against Samsung, the Landers, or the Wiz. We've played them well in the past, so I think we could beat them. Okay. After that, I don't think we stand a huge chance against like the Dinos in 5 or the Tigers in 5 after that. And then the Twins, if we would get that far, would be 7. So we are going to come over here to the calendar and we are going to, hey, you know what? How about we do this? How about we switch to the scene? I did that again. That's not the first time I've done that. So yeah, now you can see the calendar. Thank you. Welcome aboard. And the deadline is the 31st. That's the trade deadline. Expanded rosters, I believe, is the 29th. That's what we're looking at dealing with today. Yep, 29 for roster expansion, 31st for the trade deadline. So I thought what we would do is we are going to make a move. We're going to add a pitcher. I've decided to go with most likely a relief pitcher, but there is the possibility of adding a starter and then moving one of our relief pitchers or one of our starters to the pen. The 4 or 5 starters that could be done with either one of them. But my preference would be to add a legit relief pitcher to the team, because I think our top 3, Rue is not back yet. He had a setback. He will be back soon. No is out for another 3 weeks at third base. But like I said, you lose your best 2 players. You're not playing great baseball at this point, but you played a game over 500 so far in the month of July, a little above in June, and that's got you in this 4th spot. So you're in a playoff spot if the season ended today. So I think we've got to add and try to get better and take our shot. And you never know. Maybe you get hot. We'll see how far we can run with it, right? Let's see. You got Melendez doing a nice job. Che's done a nice job there in the 5 spot in left field. Moon is back from his injury. He was out for a little while again. He is back. So batting order is doing all right. We're doing okay offensively. We're still hanging around the 3rd mid-level positions. Well, mid-level, but 3rd in the league. It's a 10-team league. So being 3rd, we'll take that. Some of our pitching numbers are a little deceptive because we have days where we are really good and we have days where we are really bad, but we can't afford to have those bad days in the playoffs, right? So that's why we got to add some depth to this pen. Quick look at the relief pitching. I think if we get a guy who could sit here like a right-handed setup guy, maybe we drop Park back down into middle relief. That'll give us a little more depth. And yeah, maybe it'll be enough to get us for a playoff run. So that's what we're looking to do. Here's the calendar. So what we'll see. Oh, I didn't show you my list. I did make a list. Made a short list of players that we are considering, and that's what you're looking at right now. Now, some of these folks, there's 6 players on here. They're all pitchers. Some of them, 4 of them are foreign players. So I'm not leaning in that direction because I don't know if the game would stop me or not, but I don't want to put too many foreign-born players on the team because I think that would, even if it allowed me to do that, there is a limit in the KBO, and I think it would break the spirit of the league, right? So if I bring in a bunch of foreign-born players, what's the point of playing KBO? I might as well just go back to the States and play the independent league or something like that, right? So, but they're there. They're there just in case, because quite frankly, Kirby Yates is very is very tempting. This guy would look great in our bullpen, and yeah, who wouldn't want to add him, right? Excellent left-hander. Our lefties have been pretty good this year, but this guy could be a huge difference maker potentially. Bailey Falter, somebody who shows up on there who could start or relieve. Expectation is a starting rotation. He would be a possibility. A guy who's had some success in the majors, but should be a competitive pitcher in the KBO. Should actually be a pretty good pitcher in the KBO, I should say. Fly ball pitcher does make me a little nervous, but that also is PTSD from playing all those Phillies series and being in Citizens Bank Park. I try to stay away from fly ball pitchers. Let's see. We looked at Yates. We looked at Falter. There's another possibility. Shakeen. Not sure. Oh, he's a starter. Yes, he wants to be a starter. He's a borderline starter, relief pitcher, right-hander. Could be helpful, but again, another foreign-born player. So not leaning in that direction. And then you got Yoshikawa, who we've got scouting reports out on a couple of these guys just in case. This guy would definitely be helpful for some bullpen depth. Pitched in the independent league. His last professional pitching was in the independent league. He was okay. So Yoshikawa is a possibility. But what we're really leaning towards is either Woonjung Kim, who is a closer for the Lotte Giants. Lotte is basically out of this thing at this point. It makes sense that they might move their 31-year-old closer at this point in the season if we put together a decent deal. So he's a possibility, and this is a more, not necessarily him, but this is the direction I'm leaning on, is to stay in the KBO, keep the feel of the league. I could just add like a bunch of foreign-born guys if I could afford it. My budget isn't huge, but I do want to stay with the spirit of the league, right? And then there's also Sangwoo Cho, who is probably the way I'm leaning right now. I got a scouting report out on him. I think actually either of the Korean relief pitchers would be good. Would definitely help the team. Is it enough to go deep in the playoffs? We will see. That's going to depend on a lot of other factors, obviously, not just these guys. But that's the list of players that we are looking at. I've got scouting reports out on these two guys to get better data on them. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate day by day here. Let's go back to the schedule so you can see what I'm talking about. And we'll just sim each day by day, because I do want to see if this was the trade deadline, Major League Baseball, other teams would be making us offers. So we'll see how this goes with KBO, if that happens here, because you never know. We'll see what we get offered. There are some folks that are available on the trading block that are from contending teams. Now, contending teams might want to, if maybe they're pitching heavy, they want to get some offense. So some of the guys who were on the trading block, I was kind of like, why would they trade this guy? But you could look and say, okay, maybe there's dealing strength to fix a weakness, something like that. So maybe a contending team or a team on the verge of contention might trade their closer for the right player. Now, some of the guys I looked at to see who they would make the trade for, they're asking for like the center fielder Moon, or we have a pretty good young pitching prospect that they would want in that deal. So the guys on the list are the guys who I think are feasible, realistic, and don't break our future, because our playoff run here is not expected. Can't say this publicly, Hanwha Eagles fans, close your ears for a second, but I don't think this is the year that Hanwha wins the championship, right? I think maybe if we stay in fourth, we probably win that first round. We'll call it a 50-50 shot. And then somewhere probably in that third round, once we got to go 5 games with somebody, that's probably where our season ends. But that's why we're adding this relief pitching to see. So what I want to do is take this day by day, go down through, play each day, see if we get any offers, and you never know what we get thrown our way, and we'll go from there. But at some point, we will decide to pull the trigger and go after one of these guys and see if we can get them. I'll probably wait till after the scouting reports come in to get those that last look at each guy and see if we scout them, do we get a better look, a better feel for what their statistics are, or their ratings are, excuse me. One other thing that came up, I was actually doing some research into the Eagles, just trying to get familiar with the real team and learn a little bit more about the KBO. And I found out that the stadium that the the Hanwha Eagles play in is the oldest stadium in the KBO. Its seating capacity is really small compared to what we would be used to, and probably compared to the rest of the league, because this stadium, like I said, it's the oldest. I believe they said it was built in the 60s, maybe the 70s, but it's been around for a while. Seating capacity is like around 10,000, something like that, so it's not a very large stadium. So I thought, wow, wouldn't it be cool that we'll finish this season and then we'll build them a stadium, right? We'll see what we can do, because we have the stadium editor. So let's do that. Let's create a stadium. Found out that they are actually building a stadium currently. So they are a step ahead of us on that. But when we get done with this season, that's what we might do. We might build them a stadium and see if we can grow the team in a bigger venue, see how that helps us out, and see what that does to affect. So the first thing we got to do, though, is get into these playoffs and have some success, build some momentum, so then next year, if we add 20,000 seats to the stadium, that they're not just sitting there empty, because that's not the goal. We want to get folks in the stadium. We want to grow the budget. And this could be the first step, this playoff push. Maybe this trade deadline could be key in that. So let's get going. Let's take a trip. Were we home? No, we are. Yeah, we're home against Samsung on this one. So we're going to specify the date. And again, we're going to simulate each day just to see if any offers come in. We'll take a quick peek at the box score. Let's see, an 8-4 loss to Samsung. The one thing that does drive me crazy is that I've tried to get them to stick to the rotation, and they seem to switch, even though I've changed it to strict. Now, maybe it was just early on that I had the wrong settings, but yeah, it's like they don't always pitch the rotation in order. So Moon was scheduled. Moon got the start, 4 earned runs in 5 innings, so Not a great start for him. Tough night for Jang. Jang's season is not going so well. He's somebody that we're kind of counting on. This is what our bullpen looks like after Park and Joe. This is about the best we have to offer. So you see why we're looking at those guys that we showed you a few minutes ago. Just a tough season for him. 5.66 is the ERA now. Now, Han's doing all right. This is what I mean about these 45 rated pitchers that we've talked about before, is they can be hit or miss. You know, you would expect that Jang would be the better pitcher, but this season it's not the case. Han is getting things done. He's got 52 and a third inning, so he's been out there. 3.44, 2 wins, 3 losses. So, you know, this is the guy that's getting it done right now. But you look at that and you wouldn't necessarily, he could, you know, these 45 pitchers can go either way, right? That's my whole point. Just rambling about it, but you get it. And here's the other Han who finished up the game. But, you know, his season, 24 games, 36 innings, 3.25. So he's not doing too bad. These guys, you know, we should, if we add a setup guy, we should have the 8th and 9th fairly well covered. It's, you know, if a guy leaves early, we've got arms for the 5th, 6th type guys, you know, but it's that middle part, that 7th. That's why I want to add a guy and drop Park down there and see if Park can be effective in the 7th inning rather than the 8th inning where he struggled. Quick look, 4 runs, 11 hits. Who had our hits? Che, the catcher, coming up a 3-hit performance. Nice job by him. Lee, another good game for him. Multiple hits. Melendez stepping up. He's up to 322. 15 home runs. 66 RBIs. So once we get No back, we should be good for that playoff push, which will be probably the next, maybe not the next video, but maybe the one after that, or live stream. All right, let's go forward today. We didn't get any messages. All right, another 3-1 loss. All right, this isn't going well. 2 runs in the first, a run in the 6th. That's all they needed. So Samsung taking care of business here. We better check the standings. One run on 9 hits for us. Moon with a multi-hit game on. And Kim and Kang the catcher. That guy's pretty good. I wouldn't mind having this dude. It's 38, but he'd be a nice addition. Lee got the start, takes the loss, although he did pitch well. A 5th pitcher goes 6 1/3, gives up 3 earned runs. You take that, right? And bullpen did a nice job. And let's see. Boy, Huang, nice job. 3-7. It's hard to believe he's 3-7. Oh, never mind. I was thinking of a different guy. He's not that great. But anyway, Kim, the closer, nice job there. His 24th. So, yeah, another loss. And no messages. So what we'll do is we'll finish this series. Come on, let's get a win. We need a win, boys. Oh, man, swept by Samsung. That's terrible timing on that. We need to reset here and look at this because, oh, man, that just dropped us right out of that 4th spot, too. So Samsung passes us with the sweep. Or actually, they tie us technically with the sweep. KT moves into 4th, so we got to get our act together here. Got 2 messages. Let's see if any of these are offers. Nope. Oh, but here's our scouting report on Yoshikawa. Man, he's pretty good. I know I don't want to add any foreign-born players, but that would look pretty good in our bullpen right now, wouldn't it? That would be outstanding. Ugh. That's why we're looking, though. We want to see. Like I said, if I make him an offer, I don't even know if the game will let me do it. I think I'm at my limit for foreign-born players. Let's check the trading block to see if this is set for all pitchers. I don't think any one of interest has been added. We've checked out Kim, or Min So Kim. We've checked him out. There, we've got Kim on the list. I think we've looked at this guy before. This guy's with the Landers. One of the reasons I just kind of didn't understand why they would be getting rid of this guy. So yeah, I didn't put him on the list. And with Samsung sweeping us and passing us, I don't think it makes sense that they would be giving us relief pitchers. This guy would be kind of more of the same, maybe a little better than some of the stuff. I mean, we would have to scout him more. He is a ground baller. Let's put a report on him just in case we go a few days without making this decision. And actually, oh, who was that? Let's look at the same guy twice. Just trying to figure, who did I just say I was going to scout? Oh, here he is. So I wonder why I couldn't find that little arrow. We'll put him on the short list as well, just so we don't forget about him, but probably not the direction I want to go, but things go badly. All right, so here we're looking at, we're going to LG. So the #1 team in the league. Boy, this could get ugly quick if we don't get a couple wins against these guys. Just a half game, though, separates us from that 4th place spot that we just fell out of. Oh, there's a big... Oh, nice. All right, so Rue is back. And we need to drop someone to the minors. I don't remember who we called up. Han's done a great job. I guess this... No, he's doing all right. Boy, Park's numbers have gotten better. Let's take a quick peek at that. His numbers are down to 4.03, so he's been pitching well because he was up around 5. So that's good news. Oh, I think that's... Okay, that's what I did. I brought Jang up. So we're going to send him down. I did think about keeping him in the rotation, but I think the best move is this guy goes down to the minors, activate Rue. Not going to do a... That makes me nervous now to think about it. I'm not going to do a rehab assignment, but we will put him there. We'll give him a few more days to get back. Although, I mean, if he's... No, he's now fragile. I don't think he was fragile before. That's concerning, because there is a lot of money by KBO standards. He's a $2 million player, but he's a $2 million player until 2031. So honestly, if this team does start to go south next year, if we're not getting better next year, I probably try to move him because he's 38. He's a big name player, though. I would assume in the KBO because of all the years he spent in the majors. So that would be a little tough for the team to take. But 38 till he's 37 right now till 2031. So good Lord, 40. He'll be 43, something like that when that contract's up. That could be tough. So, all right, we got Rue back in the rotation. Vera goes today. I don't want to pitch Rue today, just coming off I just feel like that's bad luck. Just pushing my luck. We're still at 28 players on the roster. The roster's expanded. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what they will. Oh, wait, Che got injured. Bruised ankle. Guess he's fine. All right, let's see. We got scouting report on Jin-Hyung Park. And I don't think much has changed there. Our scout has him a little better on the home run ball, but that concerns me. But I think, would this guy be an improvement? Possibly. He's a ground ball pitcher. Yeah. Oh, here we go. And now we've got Cho. I think this is where I'm leaning, actually. I don't know if this is what I said earlier or not, but his control could be an issue. But I think he's an improvement over what we have. I think I could live with him or Park. Maybe even though Park's throwing the ball well, he stays in the setup role. And this guy comes in and just gives us some depth. This guy's not expecting to be a closer. That's the other thing, too. I kind of like our closer. He's pretty good. So I think we're leaning towards Cho. And we haven't gotten any trade offers, of course. We'll see. We'll try to make it to the end of. We'll try to make it to the day off on the 29th. You get roster expansion, then we'll make a trade. But holy crap, I just realized we have lost 6 in a row. Maybe I better make a move. Let the team know we're in this. Boy. Well, I think Rue back in that rotation is going to help a lot. So that's kind of an addition there. We've dropped a 5th in runs against. Man, oh day. Came in all hopeful and positive. And what's happening? Good Lord, 8-1, we lose this one. Vera gets smacked around. Vera's been so good. Vera and Jang. Yeah, I think that's if Cho replaces Jang, that might be a good thing, right? But good Lord, man. We get 1 run on 7 hits, so the offense struggling now on top of the fact that we're not pitching well either. Vera has been so good. Rough start for him, I guess. Everybody has one sometimes, right? All right, here we go. Come on, break the streak. Help me out. Good Lord. (3-2) loss. Moon with a good start. Bounced back. Park gives up a run, so I got to stop talking positively about some of these guys. I think that's the thing. Hot with 3 hits. Yeah, man, Jung with 2 hits from second base. Man. Close game, but not close enough, right? So what's that do to us in the standings now? This is not good, as we are just dropping straight out. We're now 3.5 behind KT, as they are on a run. That team was terrible when the season started. I beat up on them, and I thought they were the worst team in the league. And they have been really, really good. Let's see if... Yeah, you look at this. 9-16 in April. And then they have been really good ever since. So we got roster expansion today. Wow, 33 slots. Holy smoke. And let's see what the trade screen looks like. If there's anybody else that's popped on there. I'm kind of having some doubts, though. I got to be honest with you. I think we'll see what the price of some of these folks are. Nope, they're certainly not getting rid of anybody. All right, well, let's do this. Let's take... Where are we at? So we're here. We're on this day off. We got a series at KT coming up. We do need to add some players. We don't want to be short, so... Bring Lim back up. He was pretty good. Who did we just send back down? Jang can come back up. Pitch out of the pen. Does that get us to 30? Good looking prospect. Potentially, I don't know if I want to bring a prospect up though. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm out of it. maybe I just ended my season. What the heck? We'll bring this guy up. I mean, I don't know what makes him a 40. Oh, here we go. Bring up Lee. Need another position player. We've got so many catchers. I really got to clean this roster out a bit. But it's weird because there's not like a ton of players. When we get to the draft, it's strange. It seems like you're going to be playing some like 25, 30 rated players. All right, didn't intend for this part of it to happen, but we'll bring the veteran Kim up to back us up in the outfield. Oh, what's it's just like some of these guys I don't... It's a great idea to bring up players who are really still in development. Actually, we'll bring this guy up. He's a decent defensive catcher, just in case. All right, so there's our 33 guys. Back to the home screen now. We got the roster set. Man, we are. It's hard to believe we have dropped 3.5 from KT. Now we're looking up at them. Just in case you're wondering, we get here, we got a full month of baseball in August, and then a week and a half in September, and that's playoff time. So the schedule is a little different than the MLB roster or MLB schedule. So it's getting late. It's a bad time to lose. Now what have we lost? Let's see. We lost 8 in a row. Man, everything up to that last Kia game, or this game on the 19th, was looking so good. Pick up a win to beat Kia, and downhill since. Finish this day, take us up to the 30th. Back home, Yoshikawa is already a hero. He is recognized. Did he sign with the Rangers? Well, I guess that means we're not signing him. So the Rangers stole him. Not that I probably wasn't gonna go after him anyway. But so here we go. Here's our series with KT. This is a big one. Very big series coming up. So let's do this. Let's look at this trade. Oh, I forgot. We got our list. That's what I want to do. Go to our list. And we can remove him. Boy. Kim or Cho. All right, let's see what they're asking for. See, so there's plenty of players on this list, but Lee is a decent looking prospect. I know if you're thinking MLB, you're looking at this guy and you're thinking, really? But should be a decent defensive player. That bat might develop into something. So Min-Jun Lee is not a bad prospect compared to some of the other ones that I have seen so far. Lim. Good outfielder. This is a legit prospect for us right here. Although he's not ranked. Maybe because of his age. I don't know. But definitely not giving up Moon or Park. That would defeat the purpose of building depth. So it would either have to be Lim, Lee. Taeyoung Kim is kind of a starter. Although we do have a few. How good of an outfielder is he? So we do have a few options in the outfield. But that's a pretty solid bat that's ready to go right now. Jung is a very young shortstop that I don't want to move him. Certainly not going to trade my closer. This starter is too much to move at this point, especially since I've just lost a few games. So, all right. So, but there's a possibility. I could see myself moving Lim or Lee for him. So let's back up. And we'll come down here to Kim. Oh, we didn't look at Park, did we? All right, well, we'll save Park because we're kind of looking at Kim here. Digging this guy. Let's see what they're asking for though. Latte. See, now this guy is, like I said, he's a decent looking prospect. He might not knock you out, but he actually is. He could probably be a starter if he does this. And they actually think he's going to be a little better than that. So my scout's not the greatest, so I might lean a little more on the OSA rankings. But I think this guy could actually be a starter for some teams. He's considered the 16th prospect as well. That's just surprises me. But would he be enough to get it done? Wow. Sometimes you look at something and you go, that's a good deal. And then the computer tells you it's not. And you sit here and you go, why? And then it makes you question yourself. But it's 31. He's got arbitration next year, though. I mean, this guy could be someone that stays in our pen for a while. He does expect to be a closer. I don't know if that's going to be an issue. But he is tough and will ask for the ball even when he's hurting. He is popular in the clubhouse. So it seems like he has a good attitude. Let's run back here just in case. Where's Latte? Yeah, Latte Giants are out of it. They're 21 out of first. They're still 7, 8 behind me, so they're done. Makes sense for them to make the move. Oops, wrong screen. Yeah, let's see what happens if we do it. Let's go for it. Although, man, it does put me down to just 2,000. I don't know if that's going to hurt me or not. Can we do cash? Nope. I can't add a cash, apparently. I mean, it seems silly, but I'm down to 2,000. See if at any point. Oh, it looks like they're. Am I? Okay, so they kind of need it too, because if they, wait a minute, that doesn't make much sense. It's saying that their available money will improve unless they're in debt already. No. Our available money is 120. Well, is 120, and it will go to 2,000. Their available money will improve by 120 to a total of 20,000. But if they retain, I don't know. I don't get it. I'm just going to try to. I'll keep 25. I shouldn't need money for the rest of the season. This gives my bullpen better. Gives up a player that's not going to play for me because I have who will be playing third base hopefully for the next 5-6 seasons. So let's make this trade. Go to our team. That took a little longer than I had anticipated. myself to think that one through, but I think we did a good job. I think we got a good pitcher. Oh, we added all these guys. Let's just take a quick look at Joe. Actually, Joe's probably a better setup guy. Well, no, we'll keep Joe there. We're going to stay loyal to our guy. We'll put Kim will be the new setup guy. We'll see how he likes that. We'll go him, Park, and Jung as setup. Let's switch. We'll take the closer thing off of Park, though. Left-handed setup guy is now Jung. That puts us at 33 players like we have adjusted before. We'll put all these guys as long relief. All right, there we go. And so that's it. There's our move. We'll see if we get any other offers. But take a quick peek at the calendar. We got KT coming up. So head-to-head with KT, who just stormed past us. So we got a chance here to end this losing streak and beat the team that's ahead of us. So let's go. Let's take them on. Let's see what we got. Boy, we got Lee going. And this one, I don't want to play that one. I have a bad feeling about it. Just curious to see if we get any. How do I have? Oh, I traded a minor leaguer. That's why. So I have to send someone down. I traded a minor leaguer for a major leaguer, so. We'll get Jang back down. That'll get our rosters right. There's our trade. And actually, they rate him as a second baseman. That might even be a better place to play him, actually. He was listed as third, but might be a smart move to move him to second. I wonder what he looks like now that he's not our player. I think his second base rating is a little different. Maybe not. I could go back and look, but I'm not that curious. All right, here we go. Let's snap this losing streak, guys. Come on. No way. Are you kidding me? 9 in a row. Oy. What's this do to us in the standings? My gosh. So we're now 4 behind KT, game and a half behind the Lions and the Landers. I think even Latte's gaining on us at this point. Boy, that is something that's really interesting, because you look at this month, like this team has hung around, and I thought there's no way that I cannot add to this team after the way they've hung in this. All right, so it's telling us we're at the trade deadline. Oh, Bailey Falter signs with the High Point Rockers. Don't know who that is. Imagine that's an independent team somewhere. Don't know. Oh, well, we're not. We're going to avoid that if we can, because we've done what we want to do. Avoid the trade deadline day, because we've already got it. All right, Castanada's going. we'll trust him. I want to get this advanced. We'll play to the 31st, and then we might call the day right there, because that'll set us up to have Rue pitch his first game back on August 1st, final game at KT. Oh, got to change the month. Come on, boys. All right, player development. It's a lot shorter list than you get when you're in the MLB. But it looks, well, oh, Lee's 34, so his stuff is going down. That makes sense. Stamina dropped for Jung. That's concerning. Lee improving. All right, if you see the draft pool here, just curious if you hadn't been in here before and seen this. Do I have everyone? Something. Oh, there we go. I have all pitchers. I knew something was wrong. It's not deep, but it's deeper than that. I have the second pick, so I am looking at probably taking Che, I'm not sure, but he's certainly not ready to play in the KBO, but he will be someday if he turns into this. So he'll be an okay outfielder, but if his bat's like that, we'll live with him in a corner or a DH. 19 years old. That's most likely who we're going to get with the second pick, unless they turn around and steal him. But if that's the case, then we would probably go with Lee, who will hit some home runs and play infield somewhere. Probably best at second base. Maybe you could develop him as a third baseman. But I think a second baseman with pop like that would be all right. So either way, Ko's the other one. He's not bad either. I think that Cha is the better player of the three. And then, like I said, there's not a ton of depth in here. But there's only 10 teams. So, all right. So there we go. We got through the trade deadline, through the month of, what was it? What month were we in? We're into August now. We've got August 1st at KT's the next game. And that will be for Rue to take the hill on that one back from his injury. And I think we're going to call it right here. So we've added some bullpen depth. And we've fallen completely out of playoff position. But we're still close enough that we could still turn this thing around. But KT did a number on us, man. Samsung and KT just did a number on us this afternoon. So not looking good, but we'll see what Rue does coming back into the rotation and see if he can give us a solid start. How far are we? We're still 1 to 2 weeks away from getting No back. Hopefully, we are in the playoff hunt when Si-Hwan No returns to third base, coming back from that sprained knee. But, yeah. So that's going to do it for KBO today. We're going to take a little break, but we're going to come back a little later. We'll take like a 5-10 minute break here and come back on, and we'll pick up with, we're going to run some Formula One Manager 24. We've got a second race of the season coming up with our new team. So hang out. We'll be back for that in about 5 or 10 minutes. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch. And if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, of course, please like and subscribe. It does help get the message out, get the word out on the channel. And hope you had fun. Appreciate you being here, and have a great day.